Welcome back, everyone. Today we're going to be shedding light on why people are exiting the real private sector workforce during the Great Resignation. So why is there an exodus from the real private sector workforce amid the Great Resignation? Why are people pivoting out of the real private sector workforce amid the Great Resignation? Without further ado, without further delay, allow me to demystify that answer to that inquiry right here, right now. People are deterred from working real private sector jobs based on voluntary demand. As a result of these jobs inducing chronic burnout, chronic fatigue, chronic stress, and an increased mortality rate. Real private sector jobs based on voluntary demand are often dead-end, highly time-consuming, minimum wage, dispiriting, unfulfilling, undesirable, harrowing, distressful, agonizing, brutally wretched jobs that do not pay anywhere close to even 1/4 of a subsistence wage. So, unfortunately, lamentably, there's no basis for having a future if you work a real private sector job based on voluntary demand, because it does not pay anywhere close to a livable wage. It does not even pay a subsistence wage. What is a livable wage, you may ask? Well, a livable wage is a net wage of at least $122 per hour. So if you wanted to retire after 20 years elapsed after working full-time for 2,080 hours per year, or 41,600 hours over the course of 20 years, you will need to earn average net wage of at least $122 per hour. So that way, when you retired, you'd have $3,600,000 invested in the equities market, in stocks that bear 2% dividend yields, so that you can receive $6,000 in dividend payouts per month, or $72,000 in dividend payouts annually post retiring after 20 years elapsed. You want to be able to maintain at least a mediocre standard of living amid your retirement years. But there's no basis for retirement when real private sector jobs based on voluntary demand pay at most 1/12 of a livable wage. It is just mind-boggling, to say the least. Why does this transpire, you may ask? Well, as you are acutely aware, the overarching goal of companies is to maximize the wealth of their shareholders and maximize their profits. So their interests are diametrically opposed to the interest of their employees. The employees want to be able to receive the maximum amount of revenue for the minimum amount of time worked, whereas the employers want to be able to pay the absolute minimum amount of revenue for the maximum amount of time worked. So their interests are unaligned, and in an employer market, employers hold all the cards, they have all the leverage, and employees are at their mercy. And most people do not have any faith nor confidence in themselves that they can be profoundly successful as entrepreneurs. So people are deterred from working these real private sector jobs based on voluntary demand because they provide no basis for a future. Just to give you some perspective, based on the pay disparity between the CEO and the assistant managers, they deem 1 second of they deem 2 hours of the assistant manager's time to be commensurate to 1 second of the CEO's time. They deem the CEO's time to be at least 743,000% more valuable than the assistant manager's time, based on the pay disparity between the CEO and the assistant managers. So, in other words, if an assistant manager were to work for an employer by working a real private sector job based on voluntary demand for half a century, 5 decades, or 50 years, post-working 104,000 hours on behalf of an employer, they will still gross less revenue than the CEO grosses in under 15 hours. The CEO is typically earning at least $10 to $22 per second. So if he just went to the bathroom for 15 minutes after 900 seconds elapsed, he would have grossed almost $20,000, just to give you some perspective. So, unfortunately, people are penalized if they work real private sector jobs based on voluntary demand. In this control market economy, you have no purview over how your hard-earned money is allocated, and people are mandated to subsidize the amenities, luxuries, unlimited money, and unlimited benefits of welfare aristocrats. People are exiting the real private sector workforce so that they can become welfare aristocrats. Welfare aristocrats refuse to work in incapacity, and they're able to receive unlimited money in tandem with unlimited benefits by becoming welfare aristocrats who refuse to work in unlimited capacity, who refuse to work in any capacity. So, people who work reprivate jobs based on voluntary demand have the infinitesimal amount of revenue that they work their shelf to earn remitted to welfare aristocrats who have unlimited money, unlimited benefits, unlimited amenities, and indulge in the accoutrements of the high life, even though it comes at the expense of people who work real private sector jobs based on voluntary demand, because people who work real private sector jobs based on voluntary demand cannot even afford to attain their basic needs, relegated to Maslow's hierarchy of needs pyramid. But however are required, are mandated in this control market economy to subsidize amenities, luxuries, accoutrements, unlimited money, and unlimited benefits of welfare aristocrats. So more people are becoming welfare aristocrats than ever before, and this trend is apt to continue in the coming years as more and more people exit the private sector workforce. And only 2 to 3% of the population will be employed by working real private sector jobs based on voluntary demand post the Great Resignation elapsing. There's plenty of people who work boondoggles jobs, but those should never be considered real jobs because they are subsidized by people who work real private sector jobs based on voluntary demand, and these boondoggles jobs would never exist in a free market economy in which people had purview over how their hard-earned money was spent. So, people are enticed or incentivized to become welfare aristocrats. If you become a welfare aristocrat, you can indulge in experiencing the accoutrements of the high life every day. You never have to work a day in your life because you have unlimited money and unlimited benefits as a result of refusing to work in any capacity, and you have a higher standard of living than someone who works a real private sector job based on voluntary demand, because their hard-earned money is going to be transferred to you to subsidize your amenities, your luxuries, your accoutrements, your unlimited money, and your unlimited benefits. And you can never run out of money nor benefits because it's going to be perpetually subsidized by transfer payments from people who work real private sector jobs based on voluntary demand. So people are just deterred. They're disincentivized from working. You're penalized if you work a real private sector job based on voluntary demand. You're eviscerated out of your hard-earned money, and people are just tired of that, and they want to be able to, I guess, pursue stress alleviating. I guess you could say they want to be able to not only pursue basking in living the high life, but also want to be able to partake in stress alleviating activities throughout the entirety of the day. I hope that you found this video to be insightful and enthralling. Have a blissful day. Goodbye.